So let's get started. So first you're going to take your one onion that is diced, and you're going to first put some oil. We're going to fry the onion and the garlic together. So I'm going to pour some oil. The recipe calls for a pre-measured out amount of oil. I just kind of do as desired, but I would suggest following the recipe for that. I just basically letting it coat my pan, and I'm going to pour in my onion. And it's about 2 cloves of garlic. This is 1 clove here. So you dice up 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to pour my garlic in right now. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go and put your, it's a mixture right here. You're going to go and put this on the stove, and you're going to let it fry for about 2-3 minutes until it's translucent. So we're going to put it on our stove right now. All right, so now we have our freshly fried onions and garlic. It's a great smell. And basically you're going to cook them until they're translucent. So just kind of a little bit see-through. And you're going to pour them into a nice little regular stock pot that you have, or stew pot that you might have at home. So you pour that into the pot. And now what you're going to do is you're going to add your vegetables. So you're going to pour in your zucchini, your carrots, and your sweet potatoes. And essentially what you're going to do is you are going to put them back up. You're going to put this back on the oven. You're going to cover it, and you're going to let it simmer a little bit for about 3 to 4 minutes. So essentially, you're not going to cook your vegetables for very long. It's going to be a really short, it's going to be about 3 or 4 minutes. You're just going to kind of let them, you're going to stir them a little bit, let them cook just a little bit, because they're also going to cook when you're making the rest of the stew. So this is just a great, beautiful mixture. I love this recipe as well because of all the beautiful colors that are represented. It's like so nice aesthetically, and it's great. It's very aesthetically pleasing. And you have your nice little mixture of zucchini and sweet potato and carrots that are right here. And I think it's also very healthy. Sweet potatoes and carrots are both really high in beta carotene, which is really great for your eyesight and have great health benefits. And zucchini, it's a great way for you to get your vegetables, your carbs, and a little bit of spice and flavor all in one meal. So now we're going to make the liquid part of the stew, of our stew. So you're going to pour in your diced tomatoes. So it's about 1 can of diced tomatoes, or you can dice your own tomatoes. Keep the sauce and just kind of pour it in and mix it into your pot. And then you're going to take about 2 cups of vegetable broth. I've already pre-measured it out here. Low sodium vegetable broth, and just pour that in. And then you're going to mix that in. Just make sure everything kind of gets mixed up. And the tomatoes and the vegetable broth essentially are the liquid basis for your stew. The tomatoes add a great thickness, and the stew kind of, gives it its liquidy aspect. So you're going to mix that in a little bit, and essentially what you're going to do is you're going to put this back on the stove for about 10 minutes, and you're going to let it simmer. So here is our beautiful mafe with all the different ingredients. You see how gorgeous that looks. And we're going to now add the last final ingredients to it. So we're going to take about 1/4 a cup of peanut butter. And I've already pre-measured it out here. So here's the peanut butter here. And we're going to take that, and we're just going to pour it into our pot. Very sticky. To me, it was very interesting to use peanut butter as part of a stew. But honestly, it adds such a great taste, especially in combination with the sweet potato. So first you're going to add some peanut butter. You're going to take your 3 sprigs of thyme that you already pre-chopped and just kind of pour that in there. And lastly, you're going to take about 1 tablespoon of curry powder. I'm going to open this up right here, and just going to go and measure out about 1 tablespoon. You can go, pour that there. You can also add, depending on your preferences, a little bit of salt. The recipe already has a lot of flavor, so I don't really think that much salt is needed, but I like to sprinkle just a little bit over it. And now you just kind of mix that in with all the rest of the ingredients that you have. Make sure everything's in. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to put this back on the stove for about 3 to 5 minutes, and that's it. Your Mafe stew is done and ready to serve. Still a beautiful array of colors. I'm going to pour it out into a bowl so you can see. And it's great for lunch or dinner. You can pour it over rice. You can also add meat, chicken, lamb, stew to this recipe, but we recommend a vegetarian recipe with no meat. It's like a lot healthier, but makes a great little stew. This is what it looks like. It's all nice and fresh, and great colors, and great everything.